Welcome back to my channel, A Sound Medium. Today's focus is, I think the other one also is Oracle cards. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, A Sound Medium. My name is Sam. Alright, so let's get on with the reading. What I do is I shuffle the deck, the question at hand, and the question at hand with the full moon in Scorpio or something. With that full moon or that energy, we entered a 2-year cycle in which, to put it lightly, to put it simply, in which people who have wronged other people during this lifetime have begun to face their karma, have begun to face the inevitability of apologizing or asking for forgiveness for those wrongs. And those who have been wronged in this lifetime are now receiving justice for having been wronged. So that is, and I don't remember, again, I would have to go back. If any of you watching this video have heard it somewhere in a video and remember who said that in their video, I'm pretty sure it was a Divine Feminine. But if any of you have seen it somewhere, have heard it somewhere, and you think you might know who to give credit to, please write it in the comments so that I can add it maybe to the video, or I can add the credit into the description box. All right. So what I want to know, or what we want to know from Divine, is what is going on, or what is the energy that brings some kind of confusion or some kind of back and forth. And I'm not sure my question is right, but we'll see. Or can we get clarity? What do we need to know about the divine masculines and the divine feminines who find themselves right now in hermit mode, who find themselves in hermit mode, in deep reflection, trying to find clarity about what they need to do to those who are facing karma. I don't know exactly, and I know this is a really bad question, and I'm shuffling and I'm not even sure I'm gonna get an answer to that one. And like I said, we have to be patient, because I only take the cards that pop out, that really pop out. Okay, so what kind of energy brings... Okay, or what kind of... Whoa, that's way too much. Maybe this is better. I'm getting this question here. What kind of energy... Whoa! That's not clear enough. What kind of energy... What kind of energy keeps the divine masculines and the divine feminines? Do I take this one? No. Okay. The reason I put it back in the deck, and I know it's been 15 minutes already, but the reason I put it back in the deck is because It wasn't clear enough. And I looked at the card, I'll be honest with you, I looked at the card, and the card was divine guidance. And so not being clear enough, it means that the divine masculines and divine feminines that are in hermit mode or reflecting or are kind of not communicating, or I don't know what, or they seem to be so distant, would be that they're kind of struggling between listening to the divine or listening to their ego. So now I want to know what kind of energy keeps them so attached to their ego. Maybe that's the best. What kind of energy keeps them so attached to their ego? I'm getting something about the 3D. Something about the 3D, being scared of the 5D. Okay, now we're getting there. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Now, as you see, oh yeah, you see. So, this card fell upside down. And I'm gonna leave it upside down. Okay. So, I'm just gonna look at it upright. And okay, so just so you can see it, this is falling. I'm going to put it like that. Okay, so just so you can see it, the card that fell out is a minor arcana. So it's the Six of Gabriel. And like I said, it came upside down, but we're going to take a look at it upright. And basically everything that I am drawn to, everything I'm drawn to look at, we interpret it upside down. Okay, we interpret the opposite. Okay, so what I am interestingly enough, oh, this is quite interesting. Okay, the first thing that I'm drawn to is can you see it without the glare? Maybe that'll help. Okay, the first thing I'm looking at, the first thing I'm drawn to is the you see the blue line here? It's like a blue light. I'm getting that this is an energy of an energy of neutrality. Normally, when we see a blue light like this, it means that whatever is going on in the energy is kind of frozen in time. So it means that whatever's going on with the divine masculines and the divine feminines who I'm getting divine masculines and divine feminines who are acting erratically, or who are not acting like themselves, who are not acting like, we're not acting like themselves, who are not acting like they are in the light. Right now they're kind of frozen in time, which would make sense to say that they're struggling between following the light. They're struggling between the light and the darkness. Okay. I'm getting that this is the blue light like this. And interestingly enough, what I'm getting is whether this is upright or upside down, which we got it upside down, but whether this is upright or upside down, what I'm getting is that it has the same effect on the divine feminines and the divine masculines. It has the exact same effect, which is to sort of freeze them. They're frozen in time. They're frozen in time to reflect and to review something. So they're totally new, sort of neutralized, as in they're not moving forward, they're not moving backward, they're standing still. They're at a standstill right now. Okay, so that's what I'm getting. Whether it's upright or upside down, it's the same energy. Now the other thing I'm drawn to right after the blue light here is the dark guy here. I don't want to say the Dark Knight because no, the dark guy here. And yeah, I'm drawn to the first. I'm drawn to the dark guy, and then I'm drawn to the horse. Now, the horse I'm getting is a symbol of prosperity, a symbol of strength, a symbol of endurance, a symbol of resilience. I'm getting that a horse is very in. I'm getting that I don't know that much about horses except riding them, but I'm getting that horses are relatively intuitive, if not very intuitive, and they can sense whether they're, oh, what's it called? The person who rides a horse. The jockey. Sorry. Okay. So they can sense whether the jockey or the person that is riding them, they can sense everything about them, and communication between a jockey and somehow the name doesn't sound right, but communication between the person who rides the horse and the horse, there has to be some sort of spiritual connection, some sort of, I don't know if I can say psychic connection, but there has to be some sort of connection, because the communication, although there are sounds that the human on the horse will make to communicate with the horse, it doesn't change the fact that communication between, there has to be a good chemistry between the horse and the person who rides the horse, in order for the ride to be pleasant, if you will. So in other words, what I'm getting is, if I keep getting the jockey, so I imagine it's the jockey. If the jockey, I know the words, it's just that right now my brain is shut. So yeah, so if the jockey is very stressed, the horse will sense it, and either the horse will not move, or the horse might get nervous and might act erratically. Okay? So what I'm getting with this is that right now there are divine masculines and divine feminines that are soul searching. I'm not saying they're all soul searching, but there are some that are soul searching, that are sort of going through a dark night of the soul, and it holds them back from from writing from writing through life right now with using their intuition, using their senses, exactly, using their senses rather than using their logic. So that's sort of what I'm getting here. And now, it says at the bottom here, and I was drawn to it right after I saw this. It says at the bottom here, congratulations, you've done a wonderful job. Now, this one, I'm getting to flip it upside down this time, okay? So far, everything is upright, but for this one, it's upside down. And it's not that divine is telling them you're doing wrong. You're not doing the right thing. Interestingly enough, being neutralized, and like I said at the beginning, there's a struggle between the light and the darkness. There's a struggle right now, and that's why they're in hermit mode, and they're neutralized. They're sort of paralyzed in the struggle between these two, between the light and the darkness, okay? And right now, the darkness is yelling so loud in the divine feminines and the divine masculines that are confused. The darkness is yelling so loud in their ear that they I don't like to say those things, but that they are so not prepared. They're so not well prepared to face the they're so not prepared to face, or so proud. I don't know how to explain this. Okay, let me get it. Let me get it right. They're so not prepared, and so not prepared, and they lack so much knowledge to ride the energy successfully, to ride this energy that we're in, that we've been in since as a Scorpio full moon, and that apparently, that, like I said, would be going on for the next 2 years. The darkness is telling them that they're so not prepared enough, and lack so much skills, lack so many skills to ride successfully through that energy and get to the other side unscathed. That right now they are paralyzed with fear, paralyzed with fear, riddled with anxiety, that so much so that they are paralyzed. And what I'm getting is that, yes, the darkness yells in their ear about all this, but the light, being so calm, so powerful, so almighty from the divine, so powerful, so almighty, so intuitive that the best way that I can picture it is there's a little angel on your left shoulder. There's a little angel on their left shoulder, and the little angel calmly tells them, "You've got this. You're okay. Have faith. Have no fear. The divine is with you. The light is with you," whatever you want to call it. But the darkness yells so loud in their ear that they can barely hear what that little angel is saying. They can barely hear it because it is so calm. And why shouldn't it be calm? Because we are divine beings. We are protected. So that's what I'm getting from this. That's it. So there's a possibility, there is a very good possibility, like I said, I don't like read those things. Well, sometimes I do. I can't say I don't, but I'm guessing maybe, and correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, you can leave it in the comments if you want. Six of Gabrielle, I think, might be the Six of Wands, because Gabrielle is the archangel of communication. And I think in tarot, wands are the communication. Now, good news here. This is a minor arcana. So this means that what they are going through right now, divine feminines and divine masculines who seem to be in confusion mode and hermit mode, in big reflection mode, totally paralyzed, totally neutralized by their fear. This is a minor arcana. So this would mean, I'm getting that it's not a lost cause. It's really not a lost cause because divine is there. All divine wants is for those who are confused, divine feminines and divine masculines who are confused, who are paralyzed with fear, riddled with anxiety, to meditate, work as hard as they can to have faith in the light, to have faith in divine. It's as simple as that. Yeah, that's it. Okay. And for those who are watching this, if you're wondering, okay, that's fine, but, you know, I have a divine masculine who is in hermit mode. I haven't heard from them in, like, forever, or what seems to be forever. Or I have a divine feminine, because believe me, there are also divine feminines that are in hermit mode right now. But like, I have a divine feminine who, it could be I live with her, and she hasn't been herself in a few months, maybe since November, or she hasn't been herself in a few years. So a lot of those divine masculines and divine feminines who are in the light, who are listening to divine, who are close to divine, or who are believe they have a relatively good relationship with God or divine or the light, whatever. Often, like at the moment, and it's been like this for at least 2 years, they are wondering, is there anything I can do to help? Because it's absolutely no use talking to them. They just blow you off. They just tell you that you don't understand anything, that you don't know anything. that, you know, all kinds of things. And they seem to be, they seem, they seem to be out of character. And so, what I'm getting is, pray for them. And if you don't know what to say, if you're like, okay, fine, pray for them, but I don't know what to say. What I'm getting is, you know, recite the Lord's Prayer, whatever language you need to. Recite the Lord's Prayer as often as needed. Whenever you feel their anxiety, whenever you feel their fear, whenever you feel their depression or any low vibing emotion, recite the Lord's Prayer. You can also recite the Hail Mary. And interestingly enough, okay, I was shuffling this one and they're asking me to take this deck. So I'm going to go for this deck. Now that's the one I talked to you about, Angel Therapy. So again, I'm going to shuffle the deck and whatever card pops out. Okay, tell me, what kind of help can we bring? How can we help the divine feminines and the divine masculines who are in hermit mode? Okay, here we go. All right. Is there anything else that we can do to help divine? What can we do to help divine? What can we do? Okay, so nothing else is coming out. I'm guessing it's one card. But they're asking me for two. Okay, hold on. They're asking me to go for two. I'm going for a second. But yeah, okay, that's too much though. That's a little too much. Should I take this one? No, okay, clear now. Okay, so I'm supposed to go for a second card. Whoa! Man, okay. It's way too much. When the whole deck comes out, that's too much. Do I go with this one? Not clear enough. Okay. We have to be patient. Okay. So the second card. Let's get the second card. How can we help divine? Let's put it this way. How can we help divine get through to those divine feminines and divine masculines who are in hermit mode, are confused, are paralyzed by fear and riddled with anxiety or whatever other low vibing emotion? Okay, thank you. Oh my Lord. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay. So again, like I said earlier, I read intuitively. So the first card that popped out, the first oracle card that popped out is listen to your intuitive feelings. So at the bottom it says your body is receiving accurate messages from the divine. Okay? So if I look at the card, interestingly enough, I am drawn to listen to your intuitive feelings. Like for now, I don't see anything else in the card. Maybe the rainbow here. My attention was just drawn to the rainbow. Okay. So listen to your intuitive feelings. Divine feminines and divine masculines who I would say have a good relationship with the light, or a good relationship with God, or whatever you want to call it. We know that something's off with them. We know something is not right with those divine feminines and those divine masculines. So we whenever we feel like something's off, whenever we feel like something's off, it's the divine telling us that the divine feminines and the divine masculines that are in hermit mode or paralyzed by fear need our prayers, which comes back to saying exactly what I said just before. It comes back to saying that the way we can help the divine is by praying for them, praying for those divine feminines and those divine masculines. Okay? What kinds of prayers? You can simply, if you have, if you're very, I don't know, if you easily, if you're creative enough to come up with, you know, discussions, easy discussions with God, which is not necessarily my case all the time, but if you feel that you're creative enough to come up with conversations with God, then please do so. If like me, you lack creativity and you need to fall back on, you know, the prayers that we have, the Lord's Prayer or the Hail Mary, please go ahead and do that. And it's not antibiotics. You can repeat the Lord's Prayer 100 times in a row if you need to, and until you feel that you are at peace again. Okay, you're at peace, and that not that you feel at peace, but you are at peace, and that you get the feeling that God's got this. Okay, God's handling it now. All right, so this is what I'm getting. And just to get back to the rainbow here that I was drawn to, no, I'm getting that it's good. Okay, so I'm going to put that card there right beside. And this one here, which says Goddess. And it says at the bottom, express your divine feminine energy, embracing its magical intuition and nurturing qualities. I am drawn to the last phrase here, nurturing qualities. Okay? Whether you are a divine masculine or a divine feminine, to get to the point where we are now, where we have a good relationship with divine, and we know we can rely on divine, it means that to some extent we've come to we've come to reach a certain balance between our masculine and feminine energy, like our internal yin and yang. Okay, and so whether you're a divine feminine or a divine masculine, this is asking all of us, divine feminine, divine masculines, to reach deep inside our nurturing side, which is the feminine energy. I'm not saying divine feminine, just feminine energy, but it is asking us to tap into our feminine energy in order to not only be nurturing to ourselves, but to be nurturing to our divine masculine, divine feminine, to be nurturing to the divine masculine, divine feminine that are in hermit mode. And it can be to be nurturing through prayer. It can be to be nurturing through cooking for them, through giving them space to, to figure it out, to figure out what's going on, to figure out what their internal struggles are. It's really like, obviously every case is different, but it is to tap in, whether we are divine feminines or divine masculines, it's to tap into our feminine energy, to be nurturing to ourselves, because obviously if we're not nurturing to ourselves, we will fall in the trap of the darkness of their soul searching. So I don't know if this is clear enough. If this part wasn't clear enough, please feel free to let me know in the comments below or email me, okay? Okay, so I'm going to put this one here. And should I go back to the deck? Okay. Which deck? This one or this one? This one. Okay. So one more card out of this one. Okay, we want to clarify the card that we got upside down, although I think it's pretty clear, but okay, so what I got is another minor arcana. So obviously this is not a lost cause, okay, because we haven't had any major arcanas. Okay, this card is the Ten of Ariel, and it says at the bottom, there's so much, okay, instead of reading everything, the first thing I'm drawn to, and this is pretty interesting, I'm drawn to the word cafe. I don't know if you can see it. I'm drawn to the word cafe on the card. Interesting. And why am I drawn to the word cafe? I'm drawn to the word cafe here. And I'm not sure. Really honest is in okay. Okay. So, okay. What I'm getting about the word cafe is, I'm not sure. Okay. I'm hearing adrenaline rush. Now, is this a divine feminine? Or is this, which one? Is this the divine feminine or divine masculine adrenaline rush? I mean, is it the divines that are in hermit mode, or the divines, or the divines in the light? All right. Oh my goodness. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay. If I'm not mistaken here, I'm getting, sorry. I'm trying to put this card so you can see it well. I'm getting, and I might be completely mistaken, but I'm getting that Ten of Ariel might be the equivalent to the Ten of Pentacles. Now, the Ten of Pentacles is connected to prosperity, okay? So what I'm getting, and why I was drawn to cafe, and also drawn, and right after cafe, I'm drawn to the Eiffel Tower here. If the Ten of Ariel here is the Ten of Pentacles, and the cafe is the adrenaline rush, and Paris is I'm hearing Paris is the capacity to dream. Okay, that means that with everything we've said so far with the energy, is that divine masculines and divine feminines that are in hermit mode are aware that they have big dreams. They not only have big dreams, but they have big dreams of prosperity, of they have big dreams of working on multiple, like multitasking, multiple projects. They have big dreams, a lot of big dreams. They want to see the world. They want to travel the world, but they are so paralyzed with fear. And oh boy, I'm getting that they are paralyzed with fear because of the current situation they're in. So whatever the case may be, some divine masculines and divine feminines have a false sense of entrapment. It can be because of the situation we're dealing with at the moment that has had us limited or restricted in our movements for almost the past 2 years. For some, it's a possible choice. I'm getting a possible choice that they have made. Either they've made in the last 2 years, or they made before that happened. And now they feel trapped by that decision. They feel trapped in whatever situation that decision brought on. I'm getting some other people, and from hearing some people talking, some other people had big plans to travel the world. I think I'm getting the example of students who may have graduated just before or during the situation that we're in, and hoped to travel, hope to go see the world, take a gap year, as they call it in the United Kingdom. They hope to travel, to see the world, to explore their horizons. They hoped to maybe work on a contract overseas somewhere in another country, just to kind of open their horizons, see other cultures, whatnot. And some of those people have progressively been paralyzed with anxiety, fear that they are they I'm sorry, that they have had their freedom stolen from them, and that it reminds me of something I heard, and I'm getting to share that with you. I saw a video on YouTube, I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago, and a young woman in, I think, possibly moving towards her late 20s, who said that she feels at this point that she has been she's been robbed of her 20s. And so that's the kind of feeling that I get. So it might be your DM or your DF's case, whatever the case may be. But it's just to say that not only although the divine feminines and divine masculines who are in hermit mode um, still, they try to keep those big, they still have big dreams. They still have that adrenaline rush of, getting projects done, and they want to leave a legacy. I'm getting they want to leave a legacy. Although they are sort of frozen in time, or they're at a standstill, not knowing what comes next, not knowing uh, if life will ever be normal again. So soul searching, basically frozen in time. Not only do they have those big dreams and they're trying to keep them alive, but we, as divine feminines and divine masculines who are in the light, um, who have a constant a good relationship, a constant relationship with the divine, we are also aware that they have big dreams, that they have plans. We are aware that something is off with them, that something is not quite right. And we also feel, to some extent, that we can't move forward because they are not moving forward. They're not um, they're not carrying on with their life. So it feels like we can't carry on with our lives either. And what I'm getting is really, which brings us back to the two healing oracles that I picked, that flipped out. It's when we are in that feeling of feeling the low vibing, like we feel like we are just as low vibing as they are, then it's important to turn to the divine. It's important to nurture ourselves, but it's also important, we have to keep going. We have to carry on, okay? Because if we carry on, then automatically our counterpart will carry on as well. Maybe slower, maybe they will move slower, but they will keep carrying on. If we dwell on the feelings or the emotions that we feel, if we dwell on the low vibing of our counterparts, then not only are we at a standstill, not only do we slow down our energy, not only do we begin to vibe lower, but they're already very slow in their movement. If we slow down, and I'm getting an image of being on the road. If you're on the highway and there are two cars, let me just put this down and try to explain this. So these are the two cars, okay? This is us, this is us, this is us, this is our counterpart, okay? Right now on the highway, we are going at a normal speed. If I'm thinking of Canada, we're going at a normal speed of 100 kilometers an hour, which I think is something like 60 miles an hour for the US. So we are going at 100, we're going at normal speed on the highway, okay? Our counterpart is paralyzed. So being paralyzed, they move a lot slower, okay? And the reason that I backed my hand here is simply because I can't really move that one. You won't see it anymore. So this hand, okay, is the counterpart's card. and they are moving slower because they're paralyzed. Okay, there's something wrong with their wheels, and they can't, like, they have trouble putting the gas, putting their foot on the gas pedal. Okay, so if we decide, oh my gosh, I'm going way too fast, I have to slow down, I have to lower my vibration, I have to slow down. If we slow down, the thing is, their car, we're not gonna come to the same level of at their the same level that their car is at. If we slow down, our counterpart sees us slow down and they slow down even more. Not because not because they want to slow down, not because they're scared of having us at the same level. No, 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 no. They slow down because they're already fearful. They're already paralyzed with fear, already riddled with anxiety. So when they see us slow down, they're like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, I have to slow down too. I have to slow down too, because if I don't slow down too, then I'm going to get hit by something. Because if my counterpart, who is high vibing this entire time, slows down, something is up. Like, something is wrong. My life is in danger. Everything is in danger. So I better stop. And so if we keep on slowing down, they're going to stop completely. And then we're going to stop completely. That doesn't make it doesn't make anybody move forward, doesn't make anybody carry on. It just makes things worse. So if we keep on going at regular speed on the highway and we let them figure out where the gas pedal is, and that whatever they think is, I don't know, a kilometer away, or whatever they think is very in the distance, very much in the distance, whatever they think is in the distance that is going to be dangerous, if we let them go at the speed they're at and we pray for them, okay? We pray for them, we nurture ourselves. Nurturing ourselves means that we keep going at the same speed we're going, okay? We don't change the speed. So they're going to come to the point of saying, okay, if my counterpart continues to go at regular speed on the highway, what have I got to be afraid of? If they keep on going like this for 100, 200, 300 kilometers, 1,000 miles, okay? But they keep seeing us have faith. They keep seeing us at the same speed. They keep seeing us moving at the same speed. Then whatever has them riddled with anxiety or paralyzed with fear that they apparently saw in the distance that doesn't exist, then at some point they'll say, okay, my counterpart keeps going at the same speed. Right now what they say is, don't they see the danger ahead? No, we don't, because we have faith in the divine. And the divine keeps telling us to have faith, have no fear. I'm right here with you. So our divine counterpart will come to the realization that, you know what, at about every 10 kilometers, I see a danger. Every 10 miles, I see danger on the road, but my counterpart keeps going and they never hit anything. There's never any danger. So they'll come to the point of saying, well, if my counterpart keeps going at the same speed, maybe I should just catch up with them, speed a little bit, catch up with them, and we can keep going together. that's what it is. Now, I'm checking. I'm not going to take another, or maybe, yeah, there was a card. Yeah. Yeah, interestingly. Okay. All right. Now, just out of curiosity, I'm going to take a card. I know this reading is very long. Bear with me. Just out of curiosity, I'm going to take a card out of this deck for my good friend Sarah. Just going to take a card out of this deck to, and I keep getting 0. I keep getting 0, so I'm guessing there might not be a card popping out of here. Nah, there won't be a card popping out of here. Okay. Sorry about that. I had to check. There won't be a card popping out of here. Okay. So I must say I'm just really glad because out of interestingly enough, out of all this energy, I must say that I must say this is pretty positive. I'm really glad it's pretty positive. So again, if this video resonated with you, if it raised any questions, please feel free to leave a comment. If it resonated with you, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications when I post a new video. Like I said in my first video, I intend to post at least one video per week or every 2 weeks, depending, or whenever I feel called to answer a question or I feel called to clear something up, like this energy here. But again, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. If this resonated with you, same thing, please feel free to leave a comment. Thank you for your time. I know this is a long video, but thank you for spending your time with me, for listening. Again, should you have any questions, you can, all the information I think you should need is in the description box. If ever you don't find the answer to your question in the description box, please feel free to email me. My email is down there. And yeah, so thank you so much for spending this much time with me. And Happy New Year. I know I said it in my first video, but I say it again. Happy New Year.